I'm Morgan with On It Plumbing, and today I want to show you how an irrigation system works. We get calls all the time asking if we work on them, if we can fix the leaks, if we can find the leaks. The answer is yes, but usually it's cheaper to call an irrigation company, but it feels necessary to show you guys exactly how these systems work. Let's start at the control panel where the operation happens. This is your control panel. This is what operates the entire system. Without this, you don't have an automatic irrigation system. So I would call this kind of the brains behind the operation. Each zone has a color, and that color represents the zone. So say blue right here is zone 1. When it turns on, zone 1 will run. There's also a common wire. Each head will connect to that common wire. So in this case, we got 3 zones, and then you program them here so that each zone can turn on or off at designated times. Let's step out and look at the backside of this. Here is our standard water pipe that comes from the city meter. It should have a backflow somewhere on it, and you can turn that off to isolate it during winter months. These are those zones I was talking about. So in this case, the red zone, zone 3, connects to this solenoid. This is called a solenoid. And then those green, you can see the green wire connects to all of them. That's your common. Now these solenoids hold all the water back. They're basically valves holding all this water pressure back. And then when the control panel tells them to turn on, they allow water to flow through to your sprinkler head. One pipe going out could have anywhere from 1 to 4 sprinklers on it. In this case, it's nice and simple, and you can see it's dug up right now. So we're gonna do this. This is a manual way to test. This is a manual way to test zone 3. We're gonna turn it on. And that pop-up sprinkler is doing exactly what it needs, and we're going to turn it off manually. Now, the control panel will do the same thing automatically, and we'll show you that in a minute. Same thing with the middle zone. I'm gonna pop it on and off because it's gonna get me. There we go, and zone 1. Got my wife over there, Haley. There she is. What's different about these sprinkler lines versus this is always under pressure. If I was to hit this with a hammer right now, it would explode with water. And if I was to hit these, nothing would happen because they're dead. So these will run out underground, and they will go to each designated zone. Yeah, these do not need power, and they do not need much of anything other than to just have the pipe leading to your sprinkler head. People ask us, if you get a leak on this pipe, it is very hard to find, but our leak detectors can cap these and test each zone individually. It's a bit of an expensive process, but if you need it, you need it. Good to run your trenches about anywhere from 13 to 20 inches deep, and it's good to shut your system off in the winter. Now for the orbit, we're gonna do a quick little manual test here. We're gonna go manual. We're gonna go just zone 1, and we're gonna go 1 minute. We're gonna just that's as simple as it is. And you should look out here, and boom, it's going. And if you wanna turn it off, simply come over here, switch it to off, and you can see, cuts the sprinkler off. And then back to auto. When it's on auto, it will be programmed to run automatically at whatever times you set it. Generally starting at about 20 minutes per zone is good, and then you can come up or go down a little bit from there. And then in the winter time, we're just gonna leave this off so that it's not running, and you're gonna wanna shut off your feed line. So this is that line that's always live that feeds your sprinkler. And this is the one that is very susceptible to freezing or freeze damage because it's gonna be live in the winter. And if you do it properly, this will be shut off in the winter. We're gonna leave it off like this. I guess we'll go over the top problems you can get with an irrigation system. The top problem is these solenoids will leak, and you can take them apart and try to flush debris or just replace them. This is a handy unit here because it's got the unions built in, so it's a really easy swap out. So this is kind of a handy deal here, and you're gonna put this in a yard box. So usually you find these out in your yard, they'll be buried under a box just like this. The next common problem that can happen is these sprinkler lines break out underground, and very difficult to find those. You'll need a specialist that does leak detection to try to sort that out. The other common one is the sprinklers get hit with lawnmowers, and those are pretty easy to swap out. You can do it yourself if you match it up with the right sprinkler head. And then freeze damage, just make sure you shut your system down in the winter. I think overall that is our system here, an irrigation system. Got to give Caleb behind the camera here some credit. He put this one in. We're gonna test it out this coming summer and make sure it works good. But that's the basics of a yard sprinkler system. Don't forget to check out our other plumbing videos with On It Plumbing. We do all kinds of tutorials and teach you how to grow your plumbing business. We will see you next week.